Oh man, we're gonna try and do this cabin air filter in this 2017 DB11. Although that shouldn't matter whether it's V8, V12. All right, so it's gonna be a little challenging. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna actually be able to record. We got to take this little thingy off. It's kind of flimsy, foamy thing. You know, this is gonna be uncomfortable because you got to lay on your back. Yeah, my back's not gonna be happy after this. So we got this little guy to come off, a couple of these little crosshead screws under here. Look, honestly, I'm not really gonna be able to video that because I just don't have the space. Oh, gray hair. I don't have a dog. So one thing the service manual does mention, like this is a foot, knee. This is like an airbag right here, right underneath there. It mentions having to take this airbag out because the cabin air filter is up behind this. Well, you know, technically to take this out, you're gonna need to disconnect the battery and disconnect the plug. I'm gonna potentially see if I can do this without having to disconnect this airbag. If I get there, I'll let you know. So I'll be right back, see if I can get these screws off, get this little foam cover thing off, and let's see what's next. All right, so there it is. Just a 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. There's little plastic screws, and then these little inserts. You can get a little. Actually, I was just able to pull them out by hand, but you get a body panel. I don't know, prior, whatever, and pop them off, flathead, whatever. They come down. Just be careful. This is just. That's just like some high density foam or something formed. So you could definitely rip it. And then your electrical connector for your footwell light there, that just pulls right out. And now we can get this little fella out of the way. Now let's see what we got to deal with. Okay, so I definitely know these two little bolts got to come out. These two bolts got to come out. And this little screw or something right here. Yeah, it looks like a screw. Oh, I'm just not gonna lie, this is wicked uncomfortable. And that little white piece right there that you can see, that slides back and will allow the cabin air filter to come down, but it 100% is behind this airbag. And there's one bolt there and one bolt over here. So oh yeah, look, you also got to disconnect the your emergency. Maybe we don't have to disconnect it. Maybe we just undo these two bolts, screws, whatever, and this may just sit down low enough to give us access. And I'm gonna see if I can just lower the airbag here without actually having to disconnect that connector that's back there. You can barely see it, little yellow guy. It's not focusing on it, but it's back there. So yeah, I can't record this and do it, so I'm gonna have to tell you about it. So these brace screws, and then the two holding the airbag up, and I can't video it and do it, so yeah, I'll tell you about it, do it, come back and show you. We'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. I think this is actually going to work out. So what do you need to do this? 8mm, pretty sure that's 8, could be 9, call it 8 or 9. 8 T20, this little bitty T20 Torx, and that's just for this tiny little thing holding the vent to that silver cross beam. And what's this one? T27 it says, I think. For these four for the crossbeam. And as you can see, there's the airbag. It's disconnected. The wire, there's plenty of slack in the wire here. You know, I don't want to disconnect that. I don't really want to touch it. You don't want to set these things off. So this is 100%. You can do this at your own peril, your own risk, especially if you decide not to disconnect the battery to do this. So obviously you just want to, you can move the this little cross brace back. There's enough slack in all these wires. I did not have to disconnect the emergency bonnet release, and I just moved that back. And oh god, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. So this this little piece right here, just slide that back, and this is what's holding the cover. Don't scare me like that. This little plastic pieces, I know this video is gonna drive half y'all batty because this is quite uncomfortable for me too. So at the moment, I got that. I can't tell if there are clips on the end here. I'll be right back once I figure out how to get that down, but if I remember correctly, it was just, you can see that that's moving, just slide that down. So I don't know, maybe there's something on the end holding it up. Maybe there's a clip on the end. I'll let you know in a sec. All right, here we go. Yep, there's these two little metal clips on each end of that. This just use a little short screwdriver and you can pry them off. And now let's see, can we get, oh, magic, just like magic. There is Mr. Cabin air filter. So yeah, there it is. Oh, there's some junk in there too. So it's a whole assembly. I thought maybe I'd have to separate that, but here's my new one. New filter. Boom. It has a little, oh yeah, look. Not sure if you can see it. It's getting the sun. A little arrow tells you to slide that like that. Lock it in place. Boom. Slide that back. That's how it came out. Let's see if we can get it back in there. I have a little bit of debris and trash in here, so it's worth changing. Don't know if it's been done before. Once again, I am not going to be able to shove this thing in there one-handed holding this, so the holes under there, we're going to shove it in there, then slide our little plastic piece over to lock it in place, and then we'll do our best to get these on. We'll be right back. Let me take a quick little, let's see if we can see. Yep, there it is. That's where the cabin air filter is going to go. I'll give it the old college try. Let's see if I can one-handed do this without driving myself batty. Yeah. So I'm not. Look, all right. I'm doing this totally blind here. I think it's in there. It's in there. Okay, all right. We gotta pause. I just can't do it one-handed. Sorry, guys, I tried. Okay, we got it. It fits in there a little snug. It does kind of take two hands to push it up and then be able to slide that little plastic piece over to hold it in place. But now that we got that, I'm gonna make an effort to get these. Where are they? There they are, them two crazy little clips on each end. Actually should go on pretty easy, but there's no way in the world I'm gonna be able to video that and do it, so I get them on. I'll be right back. I gotta be honest, using two hands, those two little metal clips, they're pretty easy to get back on. That literally just took a few seconds. I don't think I need, so we're gonna put our airbag back up, being still very, very careful and gentle, and not putting any tension at all on these wires. And then we're going to put our cross beam back in, and put all our little screws and bolts back in, and that's it. That's probably about all we need to know for the cabin air filter. Just one quick thing. This is it's obviously a one size, one direction. There's a little bottom piece, but you know, obviously it's I was looking at it, I'm not sure if the camera will focus. There it is. It's a Mercedes part, so you guys want to screenshot that or something, sure that you could probably find the Mercedes filter and not pay the Aston tax. Who'd probably even find not the aftermarket or the actual bare one, and you know, not even pay the Mercedes tax for this guy. So I mean, that's it. Cabin air filter, not hard. Safety, airbag. I'm going to suggest that you do what the service manual says and disconnect your battery, because I'm not going to be liable for any issues that you may have or experience. So that's on you if you decide not to follow the service manual and not to disconnect your battery, to disconnect your airbag. So be warned. Your responsibility, your liability on that one, not mine. But as you can see, it is possible to be done, and really less than a half an hour job. Biggest thing, footwell, flipping your head upside down, kind of laying your back across the door sill here. That's not fun, but otherwise fairly easy job. So we'll have some fresh cabin air. All right, man. Hope that helped you guys and gals that want to attempt to do your own cabin air filter in your DB11. Not too bad of a job.